Hello everyone. Welcome to this Bold Reports tutorial. In this video, I will show you how to embed the report viewer control into an Angular application and render a subreport. A subreport is a report item that references another report and acts as a container to display one report within a main report. It allows you to reuse existing reports within other reports, display related data from different datasets, and organize complex reports into manageable sections. Subreports also enable dynamic content presentation, such as showing detailed information for each item in a summary report. Here I've already designed my reports. The Employee Comparison Report acts as the main report, and Employee Details is the subreport. To follow along with this demo, ensure your development environment is set up with Node.js and NPM. I need to install the Angular CLI globally on my machine. The Angular CLI is a command line interface tool that helps developers create, manage, and maintain Angular applications. I open a command prompt and run the command to install it. Then I create a new Angular application and name it Angular Report Viewer. The ng-new command prompts you to provide information about the features to include in the initial app project. I accept the default values by pressing Y and Enter. Next, I configure the Bold Report Viewer component in the Angular CLI application. I change the directory to the application's root folder to install two NPM packages. First, I install the Bold Reports Angular library in the application by running this command. It provides Angular components for reporting functionalities within the application. Then, I run this command to install the Bold Reports Types package in the application. This package provides TypeScript type definitions for the Bold Reports library. I open the application in Visual Studio Code, which I am using for editing purposes. You can use any editor you like. I need to configure the types for the entire application. So I open the tsconfig.app.json file and register types in Bold Reports/types under type roots. Additionally, I add jQuery and reports.all under types. The report viewer requires a window jQuery object to render. Since I'm using Angular 16, I create a global.ts file within the src folder and import jQuery. I also create a window instance to ensure that the jQuery library is globally available in the browser environment. I need to initialize the report viewer component in the application. So I open the app.module.ts file and import the globals. Next, I open the angular.json file. Copy the report viewer component styles from the documentation and add them to the styles section under Angular Report Viewer, which is the name of the application. I am using the Tailwind Light theme, but you can pick whichever theme you want. Now, I go back to the app.module.ts file and import the Bold Report Viewer module from the Angular reporting components. I add the Report Viewer scripts and import the Bold Report Viewer module within the ng-module class. Now, I need to invoke the Report Viewer component on the client side to view the report. I open the app.component.html file and add the Bold Report Viewer tag to it by removing the existing code. This is a custom HTML element provided by the Bold Reports library, which is used to render reports within a web application. Inside the tag, I add the ID attribute, report service URL, report path API property, and styles. The ID attribute specifies the unique name for the HTML element. The report service URL specifies the URL of the report service that processes and renders the report. And the report path specifies the path to the report that I want to render. The style attribute is used to add inline styles to the bold report viewer element. Next, I open the app.component.ts file and set the report service URL and report path property within the app component class. The report viewer requires a web API service to process subreport files. There are two options for creating a web API service: ASP.NET Web API Service and ASP.NET Core Web API Service. For this demo, I've created an ASP.NET Core Web API Service on my local machine. I have linked the video on how to create this service application in this video's description. I have added the Employee Comparison main report and the Employee Details subreport to the Resources folder under the www root directory. To load these reports, I modify the onInitReport options method. I add an if condition to check whether the subreport model property of the report option object is not null. If it is not null, the code inside the block executes. Otherwise, the else block runs. Inside the if block, I create a report path variable by combining the base path and the report name using reportOption.subreportModel.reportPath. I then create a file stream instance to open the Employee Details subreport file from the Resources folder. A memory stream is created to store the report data, and the contents of the file stream are copied into it. This copy process prevents file access problems in the server while running the application. I assign the substream values to the report option.subreportModel.stream variable. Once I have finished the web API service setup, I run it to generate a URL. I copy it and go back to the Angular application. I create a service URL property and assign the copied URL to API/report viewer. And then assign the Employee Comparison main report to the report path property within the constructor. The localhost indicates that the service is running locally on the same machine as the application, while the API/report viewer path specifies the API endpoint for the report viewer service. Now everything is ready to load the report. I run the ngserve command. The URL has been generated, so I copy the URL and load it in the browser. As you can see, the Employee Comparison main report has been rendered and includes Employee Details subreports. In this video, I have shown you how to add the report viewer control to an Angular application and render a subreport. To learn more about Bold Reports, you can visit boldreports.com. If you don't have a Bold Report subscription, you can try out the platform using the Try It Free option. If you prefer a demo from an expert, Request Demo lets you schedule one. If you found this video useful, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.